What up, Bucs fans? This is Michael Plus of Real Bucs Talk, back again with another video to discuss the defensive line and edge position for the Buccaneers. As we get this offseason underway, free agency has started. The draft is not too far down the road. But we start with the Anthony Nelson coming back on a 2-year deal for the Buccaneers. He had over 10 and a half sacks over the last 2 seasons, which isn't bad. He's been reliable. He's been a solid contributor, a solid player over his career so far, 4 seasons in. And it seems he's gotten better over his time, but you see it there back with the team. A good depth piece. Again, he's a guy that, Todd Bowles knows. He trusts, and he's also, very good at setting the edge against the run, and can provide some pass rush ability. Personally, I feel he's a better fit on the inside where he's got his hand in the dirt and can play either 5 tech or, one of those positions where he's one of the 3 down linemen, and really can be disruptive going up against a guard instead of a tackle. But he has shown, his ability to get better as an edge rusher. But I would like to still see more. I thought they could have went elsewhere with the money that they gave him, and maybe got a more pass rusher that has more upside to their game. But again, a good addition, a solid player. You know what you're getting in him, so you don't have to worry about that. And obviously wanted to be back, and believes in the culture, so it's a good move. So we add him to the mix, and you look at the depth chart now. So needs are clear that you still have a pretty good need on the defensive line, the interior defensive line, to surround Vita Vea, because you have Vita Vea and you have Logan Hall right now. Logan Hall is probably going to step into a starting role with his ability to hopefully progress and take a major leap in year 2. And then you look at the edge position with Joe Tryon Shoyinka, and then you have Shaquille Barrett coming off the Achilles. So can't really expect Shaq to be the same player that he was. That's why I think edge is so pivotal for this team, and it's a reason why we, all the film studies that we've done, it's all been edge rushers with B.J. Ojulari, Nolan Smith, and King Felix is the latest one. So, and now you pencil in Anthony Nelson right there as the third guy, or potential starter if Shaq's not ready. So that helps. But other than that, you don't have anybody else because everyone else is a free agent, or not on the team. So there's a definite need for it, and hopefully, as the free agency progresses, and hopefully these guys get a little bit more cheaper to the Bucs' liking, and they can bring in some guys. Now you look at the free agent market. Just looking at it, I would like to see William Golston back. That would be nice, just because he's a veteran presence and he does a great job of just being consistent, especially on early downs against the run. And it can provide some pass rush ability. But you look at some of these other guys. I mean, Marcus Golden would have been nice like a few years back, but I think the Bucs want to get younger, especially up front, and they want to add, more speed and more athleticism, definitely. Um, but there is a bunch of names still available here that could, be a fit down the road. Just looking through it. Yeah, I mean, Pat O'Connor, I think he's a guy that could definitely return on a cheap value deal. Carl Nassib, maybe. But yeah, I mean, definitely interior defensive line, I think, is where they're going to look maybe at veterans, down the road. But I mean, overall, not a lot that excites me on the free agent, end. But looking at the draft and some of these guys we've already talked about, Nolan Smith, I think, would be a great pick, a home run pick at 19 if available. Just because he fits the defense, he brings great speed and athleticism. He plays bigger than his size, and I feel he's got the ability to put on more weight if he needs to, get into that 240 to maybe even 250 range, and still play really good. Pass rush potential is there as well. Derek Hall is another one I think has good ability power player. And then you get in some of the other guys like BJ Ojolari, and then you see Felix there as well. Really like those two. There's some others, Mizey Smith would be awesome, to pair up next to Vita Vea just because of his size. And Double A here from Northwestern would be great as well. Again, another edge type player. And he's bigger than that listing. He's around 280s. So he could be part of your interior defensive line. There's a lot of guys here that could make sense. Benton from Wisconsin, I think would be a lot of fun. So hopefully they put resources in the draft for the defensive line and edge positions coming up. I think that's where they have to go. Maybe they get some values from some free agents. Maybe in Yannick Ngakwe. Maybe, I don't know. It just depends. Like, he's been a guy that's been chasing money, it seems like. So I don't know how much of a fit. Matthew Aniadinis, or however you say his name, I think he would be awesome too, especially for the defensive line position to go next to Vita Vea. Akeem Hicks could definitely still be back. So there's a lot of names there that could be good additions. It's just depending on, how much younger do they want to get, and how much value can they, acquire. That's the biggest thing. And guys that can come in and still produce at a good level, and make this front seven a little bit more imposing and more dominant than it has been over the last several seasons. So that's what we're looking for. That's your outlook for, the defensive line and edge position going into this offseason. Got to address it. It's a big thing. They got to find pass rushers. But it's nice to have Anthony Nelson back, like we showed earlier. But they got to add some more depth pieces and definitely get more speed and guys that can get after the quarterback to help out, the Vita Veas and the JTSs of the world going forward. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like button. Comment down below what's your thoughts of the defensive line and how can they get it better. What value do you see out there in free agency, or is there someone in the draft that you're really keeping your eye on? So let us know. Love to hear from you guys. And with that said, until the next one.